There's a meme that's been around for a long time. It says something like, America has all these millionaires, billionaires, private security, insane technology, and yet none of them became Batman. You've probably seen it. Around 2014, 16, or 20, somewhere there. At first it feels like a joke, but then you think about it. Is that actually wrong? Because what's interesting is, people don't really reject the idea. They lean into it.
Are you Batman?
I am Batman.
Genuinely, right now, nothing is stopping me from becoming Batman. Nothing.
When I watch you doing all these things, I'm like, how does this motherfucker have all this time and all this energy and all these ideas, and then people just let him do these things?
Because I'm an alien.
Politicians talk like they're the last line of defense. Influencers talk like they've figured out the system. Billionaires joke about being aliens or heroes. Athletes borrow the look, the cars, the aesthetic. Everyone likes the symbol. Very few want what comes with it. Just to be clear, this video isn't about crowning anyone as Batman, and it's not about ranking celebrities. It's a comparison between what Batman actually represents and what the modern world produces. Before comparing people, we need to slow down for a second. Batman was never really about the suit, or the money, or the tech. It was about discipline, control, limits. Batman trains when no one is watching. He restrains himself even when he has power. He doesn't act on impulse. He doesn't chase applause. If you strip everything else away, Batman comes down to a few things: physical capability, discipline, emotional control, a moral code, enough resources to act freely, and one thing most people can't handle: anonymity. All right, let's start with the obvious one.
Mr. Trump,
Yes,
are you Batman?
I am Batman.
Trump. It's 2026 now. And whether people like him or hate him, he's exercising power. Decisions, pressure, very clear strength signals. In a chaotic world, that kind of presence feels reassuring to a lot of people. He's wealthy. He's influential. He's decisive. So on the surface, yeah, you might think Batman energy. But here's the problem. Trump's power is loud. It needs crowds, media, reaction. Batman doesn't work like that. He doesn't need to be seen. He doesn't feed off attention. Trump's power comes from visibility. Batman's power comes from absence. That kind of leadership can run a country, but it can't survive in the shadows. Now let's talk about Andrew Tate.
Unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent
in any realm of human endeavor.
today. That I can actually, genuinely, right now, nothing is stopping me from becoming Batman. Nothing. I have a Batcave.
Okay, yep.
I have an Alfred.
Okay.
I have a Batmobile, a Bugatti.
Yep.
I can fight.
Yep.
Rich as fuck.
We can afford body armor and all the crap that
all
Batman
the crap,
needs.
can buy it all. I'm charismatic. There is nothing stopping me putting on a suit and being Batman.
This is where people usually argue, because yeah, Tate is disciplined. He trains. He endures discomfort. He doesn't live soft. And yes, he has control, but not the kind people think. Tate's control is external. He controls attention, narratives, rooms. He knows how to provoke. He knows how to dominate conversations. He knows how to keep people watching. That's not accidental. That's skill. And to be fair, on the surface, Tate does resemble Batman. A rough past, no safety net, self-made, physically capable, the billionaire playboy image, the confidence, the presence. If you only look at the outside, the comparison makes sense. But Batman isn't defined by how hard his life was or how strong he became because of it. Batman is defined by what he refuses to do, even when he could. That's where the line is. But Batman's control is different. It's internal. It's restraint. It's knowing when to stay silent. One is built for influence, the other is built for restraint. They're not opposites. They're just not the same thing. Tate steps into the spotlight. Batman steps out of it. Batman could dominate a room. He just chooses not to. That doesn't make Tate weak. It makes him incompatible. Because Batman doesn't need to be heard. He needs to be effective. Batman avoids attention, even when attention would help. And that's the difference. Now let's talk about Elon Musk.
When I watch you doing all these things, I'm like, how does this motherfucker have all this time and all this energy and all these ideas, and then people just let him do these things?
Because I'm an alien.
That's what I've speculated.
Yes.
This one feels close. Because if Bruce Wayne existed today, this is the kind of move you'd expect. Buying companies, threatening takeovers, talking about acquiring airlines, just like Bruce Wayne buying hotels or companies, not because he needs them, but because he can. We've already seen it. He bought Twitter, changed the entire conversation, shifted power overnight. That's very Bruce Wayne. Public, bold, billionaire behavior. On paper, this looks like Batman material. But here's where it breaks. Bruce Wayne does those things to distract, to misdirect, to hide what he's really doing. Musk doesn't. Musk builds in public. He debates in public. He reacts in public. Tweets, jokes, real-time responses. That visibility is part of his power. But it's also the disqualifier. Batman doesn't react. He waits. He calculates. Builders need attention. Batman doesn't. That doesn't make Musk less capable or less intelligent. It just makes him something else. Now let's talk about Neymar. This one surprises people because on the surface, Neymar actually checks a lot of boxes. Elite physical ability, years of discipline, pain tolerance, pressure. He didn't get here by accident. He trained from a very young age. He endured competition most people never experience. On a purely physical level, he qualifies more than most people ever will. And yes, he has wealth, access, freedom. Recently, we've all seen it. The social media posts, the bat pod, the choppers, the lifestyle. For a younger generation, that's inspiring. It says, you can come from nothing and still live large. There's confidence there. There's pride. But Batman isn't built in expression. He's built in isolation. Neymar's world runs on visibility, emotion, constant attention. Every move is watched. Every mistake is recorded. Every reaction is amplified. That environment rewards expression, not restraint. Batman can't survive there. Not because he's weak, but because the noise never stops. Batman needs silence. He needs distance. He needs the ability to disappear. Neymar's power grows the more visible he becomes. Batman's power grows the moment no one is looking. Again, this isn't criticism. It's a mismatch. Because Batman isn't about talent. He's about control. And control doesn't survive under constant attention. So when you put them side by side, a pattern shows up. It's not that modern men lack power, or discipline, or resources. Some are closer than others. Some are clearly closer. But closeness isn't qualification, because Batman isn't defined by strength, or money, or a rough past. Batman is defined by restraint, by limits, by silence. Everyone can say, I'm Batman. Very few could live like him. Batman doesn't announce himself. He doesn't perform. He doesn't explain. He trains when no one is watching. He builds quietly. He operates without being seen. Maybe that's why no billionaire qualifies. Not because they're incapable, but because visibility is their currency. So the real question isn't, who could be Batman in 2026? It's, what would it actually take you to live like him today? Not the costume, not the money, not the image, but the mindset. That's what the next video is about.